All right, so we went through the basic of how I process black and white images. Now, nothing that I've done, not behind the camera or behind the computer, is going to ever be the same with black and white. Each image is going to require different, either you could say steps or nuances or subtleties to pull out certain details in that photograph. So this one here is the wave. Boy, we had one wave that was just wow. Is it the biggest you can get there? No, they actually get bigger. The tide was just such that we weren't getting the huge waves, but that one don't suck. All right? Now, I'm going to come back over here, my basics, hit my landscape mode, okay? Boom. Now, you probably see a bunch of information just came out in the water when I did that. So hit the preview, okay? Can we do some more? Yeah, we're going to keep going back and forth. We're not done. I like to do most of my heavy lifting inside of Adobe Camera Raw. That's because what? It's a raw file. So black and white. We have two sliders, black and white. So before I get crazy, I'm going to sit there and bring up my noise, reduction, do that preemptive strike. Then I'm going to come over here to my blacks. I'm going to pull my blacks down a little bit. Pull my whites, pull them up a little bit. Now I'm watching. I have my warnings turned on in here. So if I were to clip these, they turn red. Right now I don't see any. These down here, I'm going to have to deal a little with that in post, okay, in Photoshop itself. But right now I'm just looking at, as you can see, that bit of the cloud, a bit of the wave. So I'm going to sit here and click on preview, okay? See the before and the after. Look at what's going on in here and going on in here. Doing this all right now in Adobe Camera Raw. I think that's important. You understand I'm doing that right there. Now, the sky, okay? That's an important part. I can come over here and actually, with the blue slider, look what happens to the sky. I can make it lighter or darker. So I've gone to the luminance panel inside the HSL grayscale, taking that blue, okay, up and down. Look what's happening. Why might you want to do that? Because this line is going to really pop out in structure. Now, here's a warning. If you take this down all the way, you're going to see some goober in that sky you ain't going to like, okay? So I never get it past 80, you know. I might get 79.9999, but I'm not going to go to 80, okay? I bring it down here. In this case, I don't need to go that high. With that, okay, a couple of things you might think about. You could bring up this information here with the shadow slider if you wanted to, okay? I'm not going to because that's could be a dark form, that's fine. This is kind of light because of the mist. And you could do some other little subtle details that I'm going to encourage you to play with, okay? For example, just to give you something to think about, see these rocks right here? I'm not really thrilled by that rock right there. So yeah, you can sit there and use what? I'm going to use the spot remover. And you know, just like that. I don't have to deal with it later. Cool, huh? Okay? With that, open objects. So yeah, I sit there and I look at little details like that. That's an important part of the whole process. So Command or Control 0, bring it up big. Okay? Now, pretty simple. I'm going to hit the Express key, Command or Control J, create a layer. I'm going to sit there and right click on that. Now, is this the only way you can do this? No, there's lots of ways to do it. Like I said, it's fast, it's flexible, and I like doing it this way. Filter, Nick, Silver Effect Pro. Watch the sky as I take the slider over for structure, okay? Land of the 80s. See what happens to that sky? Isn't that cool? Look at that, okay? And then, of course, look at the wave itself. Look at the wave itself. Talk about bringing ferocity into that wave, right? I just love it. It's just that, it's that simple, okay? Then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to play with the contrast. Contrast is, of course, between black and white. Now, I don't want to lose too much information, but I kind of want this to block up a little bit. I'm going to bring that over there. So you can see that it's, you know, I'm not looking at the slider. I'm looking just at the photograph. Looking at the intensity like over in here. Brightness, I like it just as it is. Click OK. There we go. Pretty cool. Okay, now, what else can we do? A number of things, all right? First and foremost is these linear lines right here, gotta go. Okay, that railing. Now, if I was doing a color photograph, having somebody there in like a red jacket or a blue jacket to give you scale, not a bad idea, okay? That'd be kind of cool. I don't like that line there. I know, really? Those little details? But yeah, they bug me, okay? So I'll get rid of those. All right, now what else can I do? Well, I want to, if we look at the photograph, I want to sit there and take the lines here, okay, that are, you could say, horizontal line, cloud line. They're all the same gray. The gray from this corner is the same as that corner. I want to change that. A number of ways I can do it. I'm going to sit there and do what's called stamp visible, which is the shift control, Command E, shift option, Command E, or shift alt, Control E, or you just program it into your Wacom's Intuos here, and then with that one button I push it and it does the same thing. And what it does, it takes a snapshots of these two layers and create its own. So then I'm going to go over here to Nick, because you can, yes, multiply these. And I'm going to come over here to Color Effect Pro, not the fog. No, I'm going to go to Darken and Lighten Center. I love this vignetting tool that's in here. Now, right off the bat, you can see what it's doing. It's bringing the eye down to what? The center of the frame, which is where the wave is. I'm going to change this, though, to the, you could say the oval. And I'm going to bring this darkness down a little bit. Hit that back and forth. Say OK. You can see the corners a little dark up here. I don't worry about that. Hit L. Yep, content aware fill. Let it deal with that little bit of vignetting that I don't really like. What's the vignetting from? Probably the lens. Content aware fill. Click OK. See, evens it out. Isn't that cool? You're probably doing it with a clone tool or like the content aware fill brush. Just content aware wheel, okie dokie. Boom. Clean out those corners. Now, no one really knew that you did that either. Okay? Before and after. So see, it's bringing the eyes down into the frame. Other than that, it was that simple. Small little adjustments. I want the eye still to see that wave. Adjustment layer, curve. Pull the curve down. Now, trivia for you, okay? You probably see this kind of curve on your machine. You see the 25% grid. Just hold down the Alter option, click in the middle of it, and you get the 10% grid. I do that because this 10% grid, if I bring this up diagonally this way to this one corner right here, that's the same as +1 exposure compensation in your camera when it comes to the overall effect of the photograph. So we're just looking at the effect, okay? And you bring it down, okay, to this corner, like right this, it is the same basic effect if you went to -1 in the camera. Now, why do I do it that way? Because I understand that +1, -1 in the camera. Those are things that I can think about, and it makes it easy for me to come into Photoshop and do some of this stuff. It's just the same kind of, you could say, mind process. Hit B for brush. I'm already at 20% opacity, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to paint some darkness down here. And I'm going to paint it. You can see the arc. The arc is opposite of what's going on up here. I'm going to bring this down. Even though I've used that vignetting, okay, I want to darken a little bit down so the eye goes to just that one thing, the explosion. That's why it's in the center of the frame, okay? That's it. That's kind of efficient. The finishing, the structure, did its magic on the sky, did the wave, really like the shot. Pretty simple. Of course, keep in mind that we set it up to be simple when we went click.